I think that sums it up. Because a child only educated at school is always considered an uneducated child. No matter how good the teachers are, no matter how good parenting you do, no matter how complicated or big degree you hold in your hand, but nothing can happen unless or until you have the will or desire to make a change.
Which takes me to you, Mohsin Saab, since you're a writer. I think this question should be very rightly so put to you, but don't you feel that in the current generation there's generally been a decline of book reading, and people, you know, are not as pushed to read books as they might have been like 15-20 years ago?
Absolutely, there's a massive decline in book reading, and it's alarming because as they say, nations are built upon knowledge, wisdom, education, intellectuality, and good books, and a good book is considered to be your best friend. So it's about the reading culture that has really declined. Trends have changed over the years. It's about it's about the nation itself, that we people talk and others do. It's not about what you know, it's all about what you do. It's not about what you do, it's all about how you do it. The way you do something is the way how you do anything. So if you do it something, do it the right way, and that's how you're gonna succeed in life. Good is not good enough if it can be better, and better is not good enough if it can be best. Michelangelo said that I have no issues if you aim high and miss, but I have a real issue if you aim low and hit. And that's what we as a nation do. We aim low and hit and feel happy that we have achieved something. But others, they aim high, and even if they miss out, they still continue. I'm not concerned that you would succeed. I will be really bothered if you stop trying and fail.
Of course, and as they say that, you know, the time to stop trying is when you're actually dead. But talking about social causes and, you know, social inclusion, you know, and taking that point further, I believe that you've written on a varied subject of, you know, subjects from thriller to suspense and everything. But, you know, books generally, they say that they are very message oriented, and, you know, they are supposed to give the readers information and knowledge about a particular topic. So what in that regard has been your message to your readers?
Well, I write fiction, but I write meaningful fiction, a book that not only entertains but also enlightens. At the end of the day, I try to devise a package, and that's why I've set new trends worldwide in writing and marketing, because it provides a complete entertaining package. But bottom line is that what message you are giving to the readers at the end of the day, so they keep thinking about it once they are done reading. And let's take it from my first book, The Strange Loyalist, inspired by true events. It was my first book, and it's based upon educational setting. It's about a teacher-student relationship, and but we added a murder into the storyline, to the plot, to intrigue readers, to keep their interest involved in the book. But the bottom line was there was a message, because we as kids are always taught that our teachers are just like our parents, and we should respect them and listen to them just like we listen and respect our parents and our siblings. But how many students or how many kids nowadays do believe in this thing? How many students nowadays do listen and respect their teachers just like their parents or their siblings? So that was a deep message in the book, and those teachers, that institute, that university exists because it was inspired by true events based upon real people, places. But having said that, then came my other book, Once, then Victim of Shame.
And then this current one that you're working on.
Then came Wrinkles, and then my 5th international project is scheduled to release, inshallah, worldwide.
What role can the society at large play in doing the same?
Well, it's a mutual effort, be it at government level or at a level where we as individuals can contribute. The thing that I would like to refer is that, unfortunately, teaching itself is the most important. Teachers have the most important job on the planet, but teachers are underpaid. Now I would like to focus on the things that government need to focus on, because you make a teacher stand in front of 30, 40, 50 students, and whereas each student has a different gift, different need, different strength, and a different dream. But to make him teach in the same old fashion, make him sit in a straight row, nice and neat, raise your hands when you need to speak, but at the end of the day, have a short break to eat, but you are not catering to their needs. You are just producing robots. You are giving them a robotic education.
In this regard, you know, if there was one reform that you would want to propose to improve the Pakistani education system, what would it be?
It's hard to compare to say one is the most important, because it's a process. If the process is right, results will come automatically. So I can't say just one. I have 3 things to mention over here.
Okay.
First of all is that 1,500 executives have quoted that the most important skill they seek in a candidate when they hire is creativity in leadership, to solve a problem. So the thing over here is that sooner or later, and it is the case in Pakistan. Why do we have so much unemployment? People getting the degrees, holding degrees from prestigious universities, standing in the unemployment line because you have taught them. You have taught them in a robotic way. Don't take my word, listen to what Frederick J. Kelly says, the man who invented the standardized tests. He said these tests are so crude to be used and they shall be abandoned. But when a child goes to take admission in a school, college or university, they are actually first judged on that standardized test. So creativity, then comes standardized testing, and these are the things that you need to focus on. You need to make sure that you actually not teach, you train. To teach a student is easy.
Your concluding comment be, especially with regards to improving the access and quality of education when it comes to rural areas of Pakistan.
3 suggestions on the personal level and 4 suggestions on, at international level.
Sure.
But before that I mention those suggestions, I would like to mention that Pitbull's learning is a never-ending curve, and Pitbull said that a teacher changed my life. A good teacher is never on vacation, therefore always thank a teacher when you see one. And as far as the 3 suggestions are concerned on a personal level, for all the viewers, for all the audiences across the world, number 1 is that always, I know you are tough, but always be kind. Make sure that you keep your ego aside. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. I'm sure you have a friend or relative you like to mention this to, so I repeat. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Pride is the burden of a foolish person. John Witten, coach basketball at UCLA. That's what he used to do for a living, but his calling was to make an impact. And guess what? He was seen during the week, during all these championships. He used to go to his cupboard, find a broom, and he was seen cleaning his own gym floor. So make sure that you're always humble, you're always kind. You just see Sweden, what Sweden is doing. Students' schooling system, students' educational system, it has outperformed any other educational system around the world. They have shorter school days, teachers are well paid, homework is non-existent, they focus on collaboration instead of competition.
Right.
So follow Sweden. And that's what Singapore is also doing. I'm not against technology or change. Change is the only constant, but if it is in the right direction. Programs like Khan Academy, schools like Montessori, all these things actually have really created difference around the world in terms of education. So there is no perfect solution, but at least we can address to these problems and strive for education. We
can aspire, you know, to work towards them. Of course, there is no system or no person or nothing in the world is perfect. It's not a perfect world, but you know, at the end of the day, I think wise people are those, wise nations are those which learn from the mistakes of, you know, other nations, other societies, so to speak, and which take on the good things as well. On that note, I'd like to conclude today's show. Thank you so much, Hassan Saab. Thank you so much, Madam Basarat, and thank you so much, Mia Mohsin Saab, for being here with us today. Today we spoke about the importance of education in Pakistan, and to reiterate this thing, something which one of my panelists also said earlier during the conversation, that it is also very important for us to talk about girl education. When we talk about education, we need to revisit, rather prioritize this, because it is very important to understand at a very basic level that when you educate a man, you educate an individual, but when you educate a woman, you end up educating the entire nation. So with that message, on that note, signing off for today. Until next time, take care and Allah Hafiz.